All right. Hey, everybody. I am so excited. So, tonight we're going to be talking about how to make quality photos and videos, how to create that kind of content. I think it is super duper important to have good quality photos and videos because, first and foremost, you have to catch the eye of your viewer. So we're going to be talking about that. And then I had a couple other topics that came up this week that might be something that we need to touch on too. So drop your comments in the chat if you have any questions that you have, and I will make sure to do my best to get to all of those. So the first thing we're going to talk about with photos and videos it's lighting. And I know y'all have probably heard this 100 times, but lighting is everything, okay? Um, if you do not have good lighting, you're not only will your picture look bad, but it makes us look worse too, okay? So you might have on bomb makeup that day, and you can make like the bad lighting can just really Have you ever taken a picture in a public place and then you get the picture back and you're like, what? I did not look like that. I swear I didn't go out like that. It's all in the lighting. So we're going to be talking about the best types of lighting and the worst types of lighting, and kind of, you know, if you don't have those yet, it's okay. We're going to go through all of that. So I love a ring light. That is because I get ready in the dark in the mornings. And then, also like right now, my ring light's right here. So you can see I actually have a lot of shadows on this side of my face. So that's kind of like a good example. But I can send you guys the link to the ring light that I use. I like a ring light because it's always available to me. No matter what time of day it is, no matter what the lighting is outside, my ring light is always there and it always gives a really good light. I'll be happy to share with you guys the ring light that I use. After I post this in my team page, I will post a link under that. And then when I also post this on the website, I'll have a link to my ring light. Remember that ring lights are a business expense. So I know that it is an investment, but you can write them off on your taxes. And also, there's a lot more ring lights out there than there used to be, and you can get pretty good ones at a good price now. Every now and then, Amazon will have them on their flash sales too. So definitely 110% worth the investment to get yourself a ring light. Now, the next best lighting is natural lighting. I would even argue that natural lighting might be a little bit better, but you have to catch your natural light at the right time of day. Okay, so you don't want to be staring right into the sun and it's like making you squint. If it's making you squint, it's too bright. Okay. Let's say you go to different windows in your house. That's a really, really good it's a really, really good like activity for you to do is like take your phone and put it in selfie mode and like go to like pretend you guys are a window, go to each window in your house at the time of day that you normally create content, okay? And look at it. You can even take a selfie. You don't have to smile or anything. I mean, you could just take a selfie and say you normally create your content at 4 p.m., then you can go and look and see what the sun is looking like at different windows in your house at 4 p.m. Okay, now I realize like the weather's not always the same, but aside from daylight savings, the sun is typically in the same place or not in the same place. Okay, so you can get a really good idea of what window is going to provide you with the best light at whatever time of day. After you kind of look through those pictures, you can decide for yourself what you think looks the best. And if you don't know, ask us, okay? I'm going to admit JJ, she just got here. But that would be a really, really good place to start for you guys. And I think it would just be so not only beneficial, but also eye-opening to how different it is. I knew nothing about that when I started, nothing. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Bathroom light sucks. Okay. It sucks. Most like overhead fluorescent light sucks. I'm going to turn this off. So I've got, actually, look, let's look at this real quick. So this is my laptop. My light is right there. This is my laptop in front of my ring light. Look how much clearer my skin looks right here. Now watch what happens when I turn my ring light off and we have just the overhead light. Oh, it's going to be bad, y'all. So when you are doing your videos and you're like, I don't think my connection's good. My video doesn't look like good quality. 9 times out of 10, it's the lighting, okay? You might need to check your internet connection, and that's a whole nother thing that we can add to this list if you're taking notes. That is an important thing to make sure that you have a really strong internet connection. But look at the quality of this. It looks so grainy to me. It looks so gross. It looks so grainy. It looks like this is not a good quality video, when in fact, it's just the lighting. So look at that. Isn't that incredible? Like, it makes the biggest difference. So, and even a big difference from here where the light is right shining in my face compared to when I put it on the computer stand over here and it's like half on me. Now I'm going to leave it over here because I'm not taking pictures and I'm just hanging out with you guys tonight. But I think these are all really good examples to kind of show that. And I'm a learner by doing and seeing. I've learned since I've started doing trainings and stuff that I'm not always the best at explaining things, but it's because I learn by what I see and what I do. And so I feel like I've done better training since I've like taught the way I learn. But I also want to be able to teach the way that you learn too. So just bear with me. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is, we talked a lot about lighting, natural lighting, and ring light. If you can't, before I move on to the next thing, if you can't afford a good ring light, you guys, no kidding, when I started 5 years ago in this business, I had a 5-gallon bucket that I turned upside down and sat in front of my window. And I sat my phone up on the windowsill. I didn't even have this. Like, I didn't even have like a phone holder of any kind. I just sat it there. And it wasn't perfect, but it's a start. So I don't want you guys to think that you cannot take good pictures and good videos, so you just shouldn't do it. That's not the answer. You need to be posting content consistently, whether it's great or not. Like, you need to show up for your business and it will grow. Because if you keep showing up, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get new customers and you're going to be able to invest in that nice ring light, and things are just going to grow for you. So don't let that hold you back. And a lot of times, like, people do giveaways for ring lights and things like that. So keep your eyes out for those types of incentives. Okay, so moving on, the next thing is something that I'm personally trying to work on in my business: different poses. So I have a tendency to just take selfies. I might be looking this way. I might be looking this way. I might be looking this way, but it's just a selfie. And I think that I've just kind of grown accustomed to that because I've always had some self-conscious stuff going on with my body. I've always had fluctuating body weight, and it's been hard for me sometimes to take the full body selfie. But you know what? It is so worth it. You guys, you've got to step out of your comfort zone. People want to see your life. They want I made my first ring light out of rope lights and a wreath frame. That's such an incredible idea, like, you can get those LED, like, rope lights. You struggle with the pictures. Yes, I know, I know. Let me show you guys some ideas that I've had. And it's like when people see something other than this, it stops their scroll. If they're always looking at the same face, and it's not that you guys don't have beautiful faces. I think we have the most sweet and beautiful team in the whole wide world, but you've got to be thinking, like, what is going to stop their scroll? So it's okay to be silly. It's okay to, make little faces and stuff, but taking your phone, and I'm going to have to take my laptop because, we're on the laptop now. Um, but like people like to see behind the scenes, don't you guys? Don't you guys like want to see like what our little makeup area looks like? You know, they want to see, let me turn this around. They want to see you in your little mirror and your little stuff that you get. Um, sorry, I'm trying so hard to do this. Your little stuff that you get as incentives. They want to see this stuff. So move your phone around. Now that changes things with that natural lighting, right? Because you're gonna be like, but there's only one window I get good lighting. That's why you get one of these. I have a tripod and it's got just a cheap light on it. And I will move this around the house if I'm doing that kind of content. Um, but you guys, you can set your laptop, like this is one of my favorite like views. So like I'll be sitting down putting makeup on and I will have my ring light like over here and then I'll be like pretending to put on makeup or something like that. And I'm sitting down, I'm kind of in my comfort zone. That's one way you can do things. You can also play with angles with the camera. The best lash selfies ever. I don't know if you guys know this trick, but you got to put your phone upside down for the best lash selfie. So your phone's like this, you do it like this, and I put mine on this stand when I'm doing a lash selfie, and I like stick my chin out because sticking your chin out makes the double chin go away. I don't know if y'all have heard that, but I'm all about like whatever little tricks I can do. I stick my chin out and I like hold my mascara like this, and I kind of look up. My lashes look like they're this long, y'all. Have you seen some of those Infinalash pictures that I've taken? My lashes, I mean, looking straight on, they don't look that good to me. But when I take those pictures, I'm like, dang, this is some good mascara. And I want everybody else to see that too. So, you know, that's just a little tricky trick for your mascara pictures. And it does take practice because I had the hardest time figuring out how I could hold the phone upside down and not have like all this in the picture. Okay. So just be patient with yourself and know that it is going to take a little bit of time. But doing the different angles, I think, is so, so good. And it is just going to be more eye catching than them seeing, like I said, seeing the same stuff all the time. Again, that's my comfort zone. So, you know, it's something that I'm working on. But I totally get it. I'm there with you. I think it would be so fun if, like when we go to Miami or when we go to Pennsylvania, anywhere, whenever we get together, if we could all like go to one of those like selfie museums and take a lot of different cool, fun pictures with each other. It is so like I don't know, it's fun because like for instance, every time my husband and I go on a trip, I try to get a lot of content because I know that content is what's going to get eyes on my pictures. Anything that's out of the ordinary. Um and trying to keep your selfies different than at an arm's length. You know, mine are like anywhere from here to here. That's what my selfies are, but trying to switch things up a little bit. And I've heard Tiffany say this too before. Hey, Tiffany, it's okay. That she takes her tripod everywhere and she takes her own pictures. My husband, I have tried to train him, and he does do a really good job. He's a really good sport, but he feels like as embarrassed as I feel like sometimes taking the pictures, I think he feels even more embarrassed, like in public, trying to get these good images, because he's just a really shy person. And when people are standing around, he really doesn't want to be doing that. And I understand. So it's totally okay. Get your little tripod and do what you got to do. And hey, look, if we're all together and we're in a group doing it, then it won't be as bad, will it? We'll all be doing it together. So when you're at events, another incredible time to make good content. Anytime you can get good pictures with your girlfriends, that's a great opportunity for us to show people how much fun this is, and just our sisterhood that we have, and all that. So, the next thing, so we talked about poses, we talked about types of lighting, we talked a little bit about angles. Let's kind of move in to videos a little bit. All the same things apply with the lighting, but when you're on your videos, um, I think a lot of what the videos are for is for getting to know your people, and for your people to get to know you. Pretend like you're sitting and having coffee with them. Pretend like you are even like they're right there in your little makeup area with you and you're having an actual conversation. Don't feel like you need to be an infomercial, but at the same time, let me show you guys what I have. Like at the same time, get your little catalog. Like I actually laminated these and have some verbiage. Like, okay, for instance, oh, I'm using, say nobody's on my live and I don't have anybody to talk to. Well, I know a lot of people get really nervous when that happens, and that's okay because you're going to be prepared. Now, when everybody's on there and they're like, "Hey girl, how you doing?" You don't go, "Well, as a matter of fact, I am wearing my anti-feather stays in place lipstick." You don't do that, okay? You talk to them like because they're a human being. But when you have no human beings on there with you, you're prepared. You've got your stuff, you're putting your lipstick on. You've already studied this, so you're not reading, right? And you're like, this is our creamy lipstick. This is the full coverage lipstick, and it doesn't feather. You can wear it all day. It doesn't feather. It's got nourishing actives in it, like different, blah, 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 blah. And then you can say it leaves my lips feeling really soft and nourished because of these active ingredients that it has. And I just love it. That's a lot different than sumptuous, satiny, full coverage lipstick infused with, I mean, nobody wants an infomercial. They want you, okay? But it is helpful when you have great information to share about the product. So print you off some of these. These just came out of the catalog, you guys. And the main reason I printed these, to be honest with you, is because the BB Glaze, like the lipstick, some of the lipsticks don't, they only have the number on them. And I was like, ain't nobody gonna remember number 3, but they'll remember black cherry. So I had to have something. I was like, I don't even know what number 3 is until I like have this. So that's why I had to do that. And I just have a little $20 laminator that I got from Amazon because I work in public schools and I use that, but you don't have to do that. I mean, you can have your catalog and you can pull pages out that you use a lot. You can even type you up a little Word document and just put it behind wherever your camera is, and you can have like specific facts about each product that you use frequently. And you know what? If you've said it before, don't worry about it. Say it. It doesn't matter if you say stuff 100 times. There are still people that won't hear it, and they'll be like, I needed a lipstick that didn't feather." Like you could be like, "I've been saying this since 1992," and they will still be like, there will still be people that come on there and go, "I'm so glad you told me that. I needed that." And you're like, "Okay." But okay. So don't feel like embarrassed or weird if you're saying stuff over and over again. Okay. How many times have you heard JG Wentworth 877 cash now? But you know their number. You know what they do, right? You don't have to look their number up. So it's okay to sound like a broken record. So just try to balance your talking and being friends and also like sharing entertainment or educating content. Like try to balance all of that. The main thing that you don't want to do is be boring and be too quiet. Um, if you get on there and you're not saying anything, people will keep scrolling because the reason they stopped is because they want to hear what you have to say, okay? So even if you don't feel like you have any good information to share, you can still be a good human and say, "Hey girl, I'm so excited to see you. What are you up to?" Blah blah blah. Okay? Truly be excited to see them when they come on there. I've had people tell me before like, "You brighten my day when I saw you." And I'm thinking to myself, "Girl, I am a walking zombie at this point. I don't know why you're even saying that. Like, I'm in the worst mood of my life. But I know that if I can give someone a smile, that is like the easiest way to be kind to somebody. And if that smile can brighten their day, do it. Okay. Um, so yeah, just balance what you're talking about, balance those conversations. Don't wait a couple minutes for people to hop on unless you're doing like a training or something like that. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's even like TikTokers like that make fun of influencers, like, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes for everybody to hop on. And to be honest, it is annoying. If you because what that's saying is I'm not valuing the time of the person that's already watching me. If somebody's already there watching you and you go, I'm just going to wait a couple minutes for everybody to hop on, it makes that person feel like, okay, well, I'm just going to scroll because you don't have time for me. I don't have time for you. Now, if you are doing a training like this, it is a little bit different because we are live, we are working together collaboratively as a team. And I think about this as like we're all in the same room together, like in a conference room or something, having like a team meeting. Um, so let's not do that anymore. Let's just make it a culture that we get on and we start. Another reason for that is the replay. If somebody is scrolling through their feed and they're like, they see you pop up and they click on your video, it's gonna go, oh, hello, I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes for everybody to hop on. Do you think they were gonna wait a couple minutes? No, they're not going to wait a couple minutes. They're going to keep going. But if it starts and you're like, today I'm going to show you guys my top 5 favorite products, they're going to go, oh, let me see. Okay. So announce what you're going to talk about. If it's a get ready with me, just be excited and be happy to see them. Be a kind person. That's the biggest thing that I think has helped me, is just forming those relationships and really caring about people when they're commenting and when they're talking. And if one day somebody is telling you that their daughter was sick, you best remember that and you best check on her daughter tomorrow or even go back. Sorry, a meeting will end in 10 minutes. That's okay. We're getting close to the end. Or go message them, whatever, but you best follow up with them. They took the time to tell you this stuff. Now, what are you going to do to be a good friend to that person? Okay. So, that is, I think, for the most part, what I have. I would love to hear if you guys have any questions or anything like that. I am going to stop recording now.